And yesterday we started kind of on a new string of numbers, so I'm going to start that way again. So I want you to just think when you have an answer, put a thumb up next to your chest, okay? Okay, would anyone like to share their answer? Clea, what did you get for your answer? Okay, 12. Chewy?
12.
Okay, anyone get anything different besides 12? All right, so we say that this equals 12. Now let's find out, how did you figure that out? Israel?
I did equal shares.
Equal shares, and what did that look like?
I did 6 circles.
Okay, 6
with
circles.
2 in them.
6 circles with 2 in them? Okay. And then how did you figure out that that was 12?
I had counted by 2s.
Counted by 2, so do that for me.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12.
12. Anybody else thinking equal shares? Good. Okay. Anybody have another way? Chewy.
I had 2 circles,
Okay.
6 inside,
6 in each. Yep.
and I add them together and it equals 12.
So you added those together, and that equals 12. All right. Another way, Fatu.
I made 6 circles with 2 and then did a mountain.
Oh, okay. So you added this. And then at the top was 12. And did you get to 12 by counting by 2s? Good.
No, I did like
Louder voice.
2 and 2 and 2 make 6.
Okay.
And then I counted by 6s.
Okay, so you said 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6. And then?
And then I counted the rest.
Okay.
And 6 and 6 makes 12.
Okay. So then you did 2 plus 2 plus 2 equals 6, and then you got 12. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 2. Very good. Clea, one more, and then we're going to go on to the next problem. Okay, go ahead. You did an array. Can you describe it for me? 2 columns and 6 rows. So you did 1, 2 columns and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows. Okay? And then, okay, added them, and those 6 plus 6 is good. All right. Good job, you guys. Okay. Hands down, ready for the next one? Give everybody else a time to think. All right. Who would like to share their answer? Kenji. 24. Chewy?
24.
Okay. Did anyone get a different answer besides 24? All right, so we all agree? 24. Okay. Who would like to share their thinking? Fatu.
I made 4 circles with 6 in each of them.
Okay, so 4 circles. 6 in each. And then how did you figure out that that was 24?
I added the first 2 6s.
Okay.
And then I added the last 2.
Okay. And then?
And then I added 12 plus 12.
All right, and that equals?
24.
All right. Israel.
I had did an array
Okay.
with 4 rows and 6
Columns?
yeah.
All right, so 4 rows. Okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. And then how did you come up with 24?
I had pressed like the columns.
Okay. So you added each column, so 4 plus 4 plus 4. Okay. turn around so I write this better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And you got your answer of? 24. Very good. Anybody else did an array? Chewy. One more way.
I had 6 columns.
6 columns. So if I took this and I switched it, so here we go. 6 columns. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns. Do you mean 6 rows? I know it's always hard to figure out which is a row and which is a column, isn't it? So should I do 6 down for 6 rows? Because remember, a row goes this way. So this would be 1 row, 2 rows, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then how many columns? 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have 6 here and 4. So then what did you count by to get to 24?
So I put in 3 in each by 6 rows, and then I add them all together. And
All right.
I had it equals 24.
So you said something about 3. So did you do like this? So then you did 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, excellent. And then 12 more. And then you also got 24 for an answer. All right. Ready for your last one? All right. You can see if any of these other drawings will help you with your thinking. All right. Who would like to share their answer? Chewy?
57.
57. Anybody get a different answer? Okay, 48. So we have 57. We have 48. Anybody else have a different answer? Chewy, I see you're thinking something.
I think I just made a mistake.
You think you made a mistake? You want to think it through again? I'll take 57 off, and you think it through, okay? Israel, what did you get for an answer?
48.
Also 48. Kenji, different answer or the same? Okay. Okay, those of you who came up with 48, who would like to share? Julie.
I did 6 circles.
You did 6 circles, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yep.
I put 8.
Okay. Then what?
And then I
And then you counted. So how did you count?
I counted
By 8s? Okay. So you said 8 plus 8 is? Were you going 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13? So you're counting each 8 in the group? Okay. All right. So 16. Can we help you? All right. So 16. And then what would be 8 more? 24. Let me get rid of that. 24. And then? Very good. Got a lot of helpers here. Yes? And then one more. Yes. And then 48. Is that how you did it, Julie? But just one at a time. So you counted by ones. And that is definitely one way to do 8 times 6. Kenji?
I know it's 24 plus 24 equals 48, so I added 24 and 24, and then I added them together and equals 48.
All right. So Kenji noticed. And how did you know that 8 times 6 is 2 of 4 times 6?
Because 12 plus 12 equals 24, and so I know that 24 plus 24 equals 48.
Very good. Can I add some words to yours? All right. Notice here, 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. So each of one of these is doubled, right? Now look at what Kenji noticed. If this is a double of this, 12 doubled is 24, and 24 doubled is 48. Do you see that? Yeah? All right. Israel, do you want to add anything before we finish? Go ahead. I still have my marker.
I have made like a box.
Okay. Haven't had one of those yet. And tell me before I draw it.
I have made 8 rows.
Okay, 8 rows. All right.
And then I have made 6 down.
Yep. So 6 columns. Okay, so you have 8 and then 6. And then how did you figure out 48 from there?
I have counted by 2s
You counted by 2s, okay? In which direction?
down.
Down. So you did 2, 4, 6. We already know that's 8, right? And then did you just keep counting by 2s? It's a lot to keep in your brain. Good. So that he used an area model, right?
What went well during your number talk?
The kids were really participating, and they were sharing their pictures in their minds. They were good at answering the questions that I asked and noticing the patterns that they were coming up with. And I thought they did a really good job listening to each other.
You have a small group of kids, and is it an advantage to do your number talks?
Having a smaller group during a number talk is beneficial because I can differentiate between the groups. Today I used a number string, and the students that I have in my other group, they're looking more at just one problem at a time and still trying to decompose numbers, where the group that I worked with today, they're ready to build on from there. So it's nice to be able to differentiate between what they're each able to do.
Did anything surprise you during today's number talk?
I was really surprised that Kenji came up with the doubles, because we just started working on that yesterday, and I haven't taught it. I wanted to see if they could come up with it. So yesterday the number string was doubles, and they noticed the similarities in the pictures, but they didn't come up with actually doubling the answer. So I was surprised at the end that he came up with doubling the answer.
That's neat. What was your goal for today's number talk?
My goal today was for them to begin to see that you can double multiplication
12
equations.
doubled
So if you
is
know what 2 times 6 is,
24 and 24
you shouldn't have to
doubled
think too
is
hard about what 4 times 6 is. If you learn that
you
4
see
is a
that?
double of 2, therefore you can double
Yeah.
the answer, to make their mental math even faster.
So you did a number string, and a number string is different than just putting one problem up a typical number talk.
I planned my number string purposefully so that I started with 2 times 6, and then I knew that the kids know all of their 2s, and they can conceptualize that visually. And then I chose 4 because it's a double of 2. And what I wanted them to do was to
Circles
begin to
with 2
see
in them?
through the drawings and through their own ideas that they're actually doubling the numbers, and that they can visualize the math faster by seeing the patterns in the numbers.
How does this number talk fit in with what your kids are learning this year?
Well, we learned basic multiplication with arrays, with equal groups, equal sharing, and also with area model. And it's been good to see the kids be able to apply their own strategy in the way that works best for them when they're doing mental math. And it fits in with the 3rd grade standard for multiplication with 1 digit times 1 digit, and it's working really well moving towards 2 digit times 1 digit and even 3 digit times 1 digit, and I haven't even taught it yet, but they're just getting it. So.
So your recording strategy, and how did you develop that recording strategy? And what's the purpose of that recording the way you do?
I developed this recording strategy one step at a time. I learned from my mistakes. I found that this time, if I did all of the problems in the top left corner in one color, then each time that I worked on a problem, I used a different color marker. I tried to put all the equal shares pictures together, all of the skip counting numbers together, the arrays. I tried to group them together to help them even see visually that they were doubling their answers each time that they did it. So I think it's important that they see their work. So I try and pick my colors carefully and pick where I write their answers carefully if I do a number string.
Okay, good, because it highlights so much.
Yeah.
Cool. What are your takeaways from today's number talk, and how do you plan to use it in the future?
Oh, my takeaway is, one, I'm just so proud that my students can learn more than one way of doing math. Because in the past, I really thought that it was confusing for our students because a lot of times they don't remember algorithms very well. And so from one year to the next, we keep teaching them the same algorithm. And I'm hoping that with these number talks, that they're just going to be able to know numbers themselves. They have the math, they own the math. It just makes them better mathematicians. And one of my students even told me that this is her favorite way to learn math now. So.